Okay, part 2. Sorry about that. My phone storage maxed out because I forgot to delete all my files. Jeez. Anyways, here we go. So we had just pulled these cards for the Divine Masculine. I was just finishing up Divine Masculines, putting down the struggle, looking at things appropriately so that there's ease and the resistance is dropped. You're not going to be putting on more karma in these relationships. They're actually heaven sent. Your divine feminine is that earth angel. You know that about your feminine, and so it's time to understand you don't have to go it alone. You don't have to be at odds. This is the connection that no matter how you look at it, it keeps you hooked, I'm hearing, but it's not in a binding way. It's in the way that you haven't been able to solve its problem through earthly terms. And so this is a very deep dive into the energetics. Divine Masculines are feeling this. They're understanding that they have been adding more burden into these connections than needed, and they've been making the burden here. So they're wishing to come out of that. Super beautiful. What actions are being taken? Eight of Air, Eight of Swords in the reverse is opening up, freeing the mind, understanding it's been the Divine Masculine's perspective, and having strength. And there's the Devil. The Strength card comes out when the Devil's been at play, and the Devil is in the reverse because of all of those devilish ways, the elusive ways of looking at things in and getting the interpretations wrong because the energetics weren't seen accurately, not trusting the heart, not trusting the intuition to really see on the deepest levels what these connections were really about. But isn't that the way, that intrigue that keeps you interested long enough to really sharpen your understanding? That growth curve, when it's just outside of the norm, it pulls you in a certain direction. The masculines are allowing the toe of this pull to create new possibilities and portals. There's that portal energy for the Lion's Gate. So freeing the mind and having the strength to really venture out of the established assumptions. Masculines, this is about you recognizing the assumptions you've made that you have not ever been satisfied with adhering to, that keep this process in limbo, we'll say. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines? Teamwork with unconditional love, allowing your divine partnership to support you through unconditional love rather than be at odds, rather than hold the resistance. To let the love in is the big challenge. You've never been able to do that before because you've never had the opportunity. Truly divine masculines, you've never had the opportunity for actual love, to be supportive in a dynamic, in a teamwork situation, in true partnership. The Three of Coins is you, your twin, and the divine. It's no longer karmic back and forth between two people. It is both twins focused on the divine will, on the divine direction, on the third energy that is this unconditional love. So divine masculines, this is the challenge, to identify that, to recognize it, and to know and to tell yourself you cannot possibly have had this figured out by now, or you would be living it. So ask, be in humility, allow for you to understand that this is something that is uncharted territory. It's not the sort of thing that you figure out by yourself and then provide for your divine feminine, for instance. This is a co-creative motion. It's a trinity, co-creative with the free will mastery of your divine feminine and your own, and divine will in the mix. It is an abundance generator template here. What is the solution for this challenge? Six of Fire. The feminine's got this. This is the same card of public victory that is an internalized motion, and Daughter of Swords. So The solution, Divine Masculine, is to search your own previous egoic desires. What did you want public acclaim for before? Literally. And how can you more accurately affirm to yourself that those things that you thought you wanted public acclaim for, your reputation, the ways you wanted the people of the world to look at you and celebrate you, what were those? What frequencies, what energies did you intend on achieving if you got that kind of recognition? Financial gain or fame, or, you know, some sort of being put on a pedestal, your legacy. What did you want there? What did you think you would get out of that? What was the feeling you were after when you set those goals? This is the instruction that's saying that is available in the connection with your feminine. Your feminine innately knows those aspects of you without having to have any sort of outward indication. Your feminine meets you in that place that not only sees your potential, but is one with you in that same frequency that you're trying to show to others. Your feminine sees you that way, and you are coming into seeing yourself that way. This is what qualifies you to believe that your feminine has always known who you are. This inward spectrum, not the external spectrum of proofs. Your feminine, it was love at first sight. The two of you knew each other's souls, and this is the recognition. It's not something you have to work for or put effort into. It's when you shed all the layers of the world that you come back into the remembrance that your feminine has always seen you there. And that's been unnerving because you have had to prove it, you thought. Divine Masculine. Your feminine is the one that always saw you that way truly from the beginning, and saw through all of your attempts to obtain such a thing outside of yourself. Wow, very deep, beautiful message here, Divine Masculines. Where is the Divine Masculine energy going? Two of Wands and Daughter of Cups. This is the stepping out of the comfort zone, the previous assumptions, again, Divine Masculines, and surrendering to this love. So there's a beautiful surrender. I'm just going to leave that there. Now I want to get one card for the connection. What will happen in the near future with the twin collective that I'm channeling here? What will we see on the floor? So we get, oh, the Six of Flames in the reverse again. This is that public victory, going from the reputation, the external exaltation, approval, all of that for both of the twins, and having it so internalized that each of us know that we are that other person's soul. This is a soul recognition that there is no efforts to attain really outside of ourselves. This is the third time this public victory card has been internalized, and that the twins have shared it equally on that soul deep connection here. The full recognition of this meeting place of the souls deep, deep within that has always been. It feels like the full potential of the individuals in these connections, and this is the waiting period that we're in right now as we all come to the recognition, as the Divine Masculines see the inner workings of this and recognize that their feminine has been onto it, that their Divine Feminine is the one that saw them this way because they are the one qualified. It's an inside job. Only your twin can know you this way, and it is unnerving when you meet someone that does fully. But this is the recognition. And Divine Feminines, even though you have intuitively sensed this about your masculine, you were not qualified to act on it in the past. Your own pain, your own processing, your own triggers needed to be gone For you to fully celebrate this, believe it, accept it in return, because just seeing it is one thing, but being in receptivity in order to allow the truth of it to be offered in return is another thing. And I heard another painful thing if you're not actually receptive. If you want to be and you hope to be, that's one thing, but if you're not receptive, you will always fear losing that. If you are offered it prematurely, it will always hurt you because you will always be aware that you could lose it. Until you come into knowing it in yourself as well, you will always fear that you could be hurt by your masculine. So this is a beautiful and wonderful time for the twins, this portal of allowing the foundational changes to fall away that would overcomplicate the soul connection felt here. This is the 0 point energy for the soul connection that needs to come in order for success and the unfolding of the true potential of these connections. What an incredible reading. Many blessings to all of you who have stuck with this to the end, part 2. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.